What if the biggest thing holding you back isn't your skill, your effort, or your experience, but your sense of worthiness? In this episode, we're unpacking the hidden beliefs that shape how you think about money, success, and what you allow yourself to pursue. Because for many high performing women, the real barrier isn't capability, it's permission. Let's dive in. Welcome to Career Growth for Working Women. If you're ambitious, capable, and quietly carrying more than your role reflects, you're in the right place. I'm Shannon, promotion and compensation coach, and I help women fast track their next promotion by teaching them how to show their value so clearly leadership can't overlook them. Here, we talk about career advancement, visibility, burnout recovery, and building confidence without burning yourself out or shrinking to fit someone else's expectations. So grab your coffee or reheat it for the third time and let's get into it. Hello and welcome to the show. My guest today is Randy Gage, and what makes his perspective interesting is not just what he teaches, but the contrast of where he started. As a teenager, Randy spent time in jail before going on to build a multi-million-dollar career as an entrepreneur, speaker, and author. Over the last over the past 3 decades, he has written extensively about success, money, and what he believes shapes how people think about both. He is the author of multiple books, including Risky is the New Safe, Mad Genius, and Radical Rebirth, and his work often centers on the idea that many people operate from inherited beliefs about success and limitation that they have never questioned. Today, we're going to have a conversation about how beliefs show up in real decisions, especially when it comes to money, growth, and what people believe is possible for them. For many women, the question is not whether they're capable, it's whether they have given themselves permission to pursue more. Randy, welcome. I'm so glad to dive into this conversation.
Hey, Shannon, great to be on. Thanks for bringing me in.
So your story, it starts from a different place from where you are right now. So we, when you look back, like what shifted internally before anything externally actually happened and changed?
That is a fascinating question, and if we really wanted to distill it down to its essence, I think the word I would choose is worthiness.
Ooh.
If I say, how did I go from a guy in jail for armed robbery at 15 to where I'm at today? It's recognizing that I was worthy, which
Mhm.
was a little longer process of first recognizing, wow, I've got a bunch of limiting beliefs. I have this opinion that I'm not worthy, and I need to look at where were those beliefs created and why don't I think I'm worthy, and what am I going to have to do to change those beliefs so that I allow myself to be worthy.
Right. That's impressive. And so did you that happen like when you were 15, you're just sitting there and you're like, I have to just realize I'm worthy of more and worthy of love and worthy of all these amazing things?
No, because at 15, I couldn't even process that, right?
You're
What
right.
I
It had to
did
come
come
later.
away with at 15 is, hey, I got a fresh start. Right? I had a
Yeah.
public defender who believed in me. I had a judge who believed in me and said, hey, let's give this kid another chance.
That's
Maybe we
awesome.
don't have to just ship him off to an institution for 30 years, and
Right.
maybe there's something redeemable there. And so I
Yes.
did go out in the world and say, okay, I've got another shot. I got to do this the right way, the way with honesty and integrity. But it took years of even, I would say, if I didn't have 3 or 4 years of therapy working with a mental health professional, I probably would have never got there because I would have just not recognized the self-sabotage behavior that I was doing.
Yes, I understand that. So when we're talking to these listeners that are working women, they have limiting beliefs as well. So what do you see limit what's your main one belief that you think that these women are limiting themselves to? If that makes sense.
There are so many. I have a lot in my coaching program, women entrepreneurs, right?
Mhm.
And they've got this subconscious programming that we bring out, bring to the top, that they need to recognize that money is bad, rich
Mhm.
people are evil,
Yeah.
poor people are noble. If you really want to have a great career, you got to be a terrible mother. If you want to have a successful business, you have to exploit your employees and plunder the environment and be one of those evil, mean, nasty rich people. And if you don't realize that, oh my God, I have all that subconscious programming
Right.
that's holding me back, you'll do what I did for many years, which was on this conscious level, you're working really hard to succeed and move forward, but you just find that you're blocked and you end up self-sabotaging yourself. And that's the worthiness. And people get it from organized religion, they get it from the
Mhm.
education system, they get it from their parents, they get it from social media. The
Mhm.
amount of brainwashing and mind
Oh,
viruses and programming that we're subjected to on a daily basis is
yeah.
it's criminal.
Yes, it is. I mean, there's a lot of that. I mean, it comes from every direction, and you don't even realize that if you're not conscious of it, you don't realize how many different angles it's coming at you from. So, well, let's go back to you were talking about money and it being evil and the money mindset. Because, I mean, I think that is important because a lot of people misunderstood maybe how money their money mindset is just not in the right place. They may not understand that also maybe affect their financial reality. So, could you expand on that a little bit more?
Oh, yeah. If you believe rich people are evil, if you taught that it's spiritual to be poor, it will influence every money decision you make the rest of your life. And if you don't recognize that programming and then blow it up and replace it with programming that empowers you, you'll just keep running into the ditch because you every decision is if a premise is bad, everything that comes off from the premise is bad. And
Yes.
so we got to get to the root cause of this.
Yeah.
And I mean, we live in the greatest time in human history to be alive. We live in the greatest time ever to be an entrepreneur. We live in the greatest time ever to be a career woman,
Yeah.
right? It's
Yes.
never been as good as it is in this exact moment, right? For
Right.
I was raised by a single mom who knocked on doors selling Avon, trying to raise three kids by herself.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
such a harder time than today, and the opportunities that every woman has today, particularly here in the first world, the United States and Europe and places like that.
Yes.
Um, but if you don't think you're worthy, you're never going to allow yourself to get the. Everyone's got to recognize you deserve to be healthy, happy, and prosperous.
I love that. Yes, you do. And you get to create that and make that a reality.
Well, and let me tell you, I am just lit up about something. Like 3 hours ago, I got a WhatsApp. My 16th book just went live on Amazon for pre-orders.
Nice.
So this book is called Wealth Without Apology. And
Ooh.
for a career woman, this book will rock your world. Anybody watching or listening, because
Yes.
it's not the book I thought I was writing when I started, right? The working concept I had was the Prosperity Bible. Like this is going to be the textbook, the seminal work on how do you manifest a prosperous life. And I
Right.
didn't want it just to be about money. It had to be the whole picture of prosperity, health and wellness, relationships, spiritual harmony, contribution, all of those things.
Right.
But as I was writing it, and I've been studying the principles of prosperity for like 35 years now, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of it is about that programming. Some of my earlier books are about how we get brainwashed from the movies and the books and the TV shows and all that stuff. Just
Right.
showing you how wealthy people are portrayed, how successful people are portrayed, all of the tropes, all of the cliches, shows like Succession and Billions and Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon and on and on and on. Like,
Right.
how are they really portraying wealthy, successful people? Right? It's
Right. Yeah.
terrible. The brainwashing, the subliminal programming is terrible. So I've been writing about that, and as I wrote about that more in the new book, it it really dawned on me the guilt angle in there of how, and a lot of your women listening to this are going to say that's exactly what's happening to me right now is I'm moving up, I'm getting after it, and I have people who are trying to make me feel guilty for what I'm
Yes.
doing. I have people who are running rackets on me. I have people who are trying to sabotage my success. And as I was going from chapter to chapter, that all of a sudden that title became the title,
I love it.
Wealth Without Apology.
Yes. Yes, because I think you're right. Like we as women, I mean, we feel that as we're getting successful and we're gaining that there's always, I mean, there's a lot of guilt that comes along with it, whether it's the guilt of somebody having like feeling bad about taking a position from someone else that again, it goes back to their worthiness, feeling like, hey, maybe they deserved it a little bit more than I deserved it, even though I really wanted it. And then there's the guilt of, okay, well, now while I adjust to this position, I'm going to not be able to be with my friends as much or my family be as present. So I think I love that because I think we make apologies for a lot of things that really we don't need to be apologizing for.
And let me tell you, if you're a career woman and a mother, the guilt that you will have thrown at you is
Yes.
unconscionable. It's
Yes.
unconscionable. And más importante, ladies, it isn't just the guilt that gets thrown at you. Why I want you to read the new book is because I want you to release the guilt you're putting on yourself.
Yes, because we do that. Yes, yes, yes. We do that.
Yeah, and guys, we do that too. I mean, we all do that. That's a human thing. But I think ladies in the world right now get even more of that and are just I think the education system kind of programs and more like what we're describing a minute ago is this belief that's founded on a premise, and the premise is that money or success is finite. So
Mhm.
for me to get that position, someone else has to lose it. For me to make more money, I have to get that money from someone else. But
Right.
the true manifestations of prosperity, money, success, health, happiness, they're not finite, they're infinite. And the
Yes.
more we circulate them, the more come back to us, and the more we circulate, and the more comes back.
Yes. Yes. I love that. So let's talk for a second about the difference between ambition and permission. So I feel like a lot of times women have a lot of ambition, but they sit there and they wait for permission to move forward. Can you speak to that at all?
You gotta kick the effing door in. Just stop waiting for permission. It's never gonna come.
Okay.
This is why, though, it is the greatest time in human history. You want to create a Hollywood blockbuster movie, you can shoot it on your iPhone now, right? I mean,
Yes.
and we have movies that are done that way, right?
Right.
You doing your podcast, right? In
Mhm.
10 years ago, 15 years ago, this had to be a TV show and there was 15 people you needed permission from to do it, right?
Right.
Or a
Right.
radio show. And all those barriers are dropped now. And with AI and what we're going to be able to do unleashing AI, it's again, don't be waiting around for permission. Kick the door in, go where you want to go. Everybody will jump in line and follow you.
I love that. And I think that goes back to what you were saying earlier with the worthiness, like know your worth and know that you have valuable information and insight to give and to go after those dreams that you have.
Amen. Amen.
So, okay, you've been in this space for decades. So, what is something that's been really has changed so much, especially like for success and opportunities? I mean, I know we've talked about how this is the best time to do, to be alive and to be in this space. But what have you seen the biggest changes, some of the biggest changes you've seen?
The biggest changes on a negative thing right now are smartphone addiction and social media.
Oh, yeah.
People really have no idea how much they're being negatively impacted by social media and just being addicted to smartphones
Yeah.
and not like the high level of my coaching program. I have people, they make $30 million a year. They have companies worth $400 million. I have to teach some of them how to take a day off. I have to teach them,
Wow.
here's how to have a vacation.
Yeah.
Here's how to unplug from your devices for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And when I talk about unplugging from their devices, they look at me like I'm eating spiders. They're like, what are you talking
What?
about? That I would go to the concert and not take my phone with me? That I would
Right.
go to church and not have, what if there was an earthquake? What if there was a mass shooter? What if there, no, just imagine the possibility. I sometimes I feel like I'm the last human left on Earth who can go to Whole Foods and take my cell phone with me.
Right.
I'll meet
Yes.
someone and they'll say, "Oh, we got to catch up." And I'm like, "Well, I don't have my phone with me, but they're like, when I say I don't have my phone with me, they look at me like I'm a godless communist with bubonic plague.
Yes.
They can't even fathom that, right?
Right.
We need to, particularly the people who want to be entrepreneurs, who want to build, you got to be able to concentrate. You got to be able to do deep work. You got to be able
Right.
to write. If two best skills you can develop to advance your career is how to write better and how to speak better.
Wow.
If you can learn those two things, they create this extra superpower between them that really helps somebody advance their career or an entrepreneur to grow and scale their business. So, like a
Yes.
lot of my people, I'm just working on them. Like, I got a kid in my coaching program who's 23 years old. He might have the best shot of being a billionaire of anyone in the group within the
Wow.
next year or two because he's in the social media space and he's created his own company where he's already got like 11 people working for him and they're
Wow.
producing at scale and they're harnessing AI and he could be the next billionaire in my coaching team. Um, but I'm working with him on putting down his phone and reading a book 20 minutes a day just to retrain his mind. There's a lot of research out about this now, particularly everyone under 40, the TikTok generation, the Instagram reels and stuff, the 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 disastrous effects of short form video
Oh, yeah.
to keep
Mm.
mental harmony, mental clarity, concentration, critical
Right.
thinking abilities, lateral thinking abilities. So we have to, all entrepreneurs, all career people, we have to be really mindful about the diet we're consuming. We're eating clean, we're drinking clean, and we're feeding clean things into our minds.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love that. Well, where can the listeners follow you or connect with you best?
All right, so randygage.com, Gage, randygage.com. That's kind of my Starfleet Command podcast, blog. My coaching program is there. That's called Breakthrough You. Anyone who's interested in a real entrepreneur accelerating, career accelerating program, that's got your name all over it. And then the new book out for pre-orders now, Wealth Without Apology on Amazon.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, as we wrap up today, I love to leave the listeners with a small action item or a mindset shift change that they can make today. So, what is a small step that the women listening that you would challenge them to make this week?
Put your phone in a room to recharge that you don't sleep in every night,
Oh, mhm.
so that you're not taking the phone into the bedroom. You're not sending a tweet the last thing before you go to sleep. You're not reading a CNN breaking news alert the minute you wake up. But
Right.
just like this is, I work from home. This is a
Hmm.
spare bedroom I turned into an office.
Yeah.
And I leave my phone in here. When I'm done, I go out there and I don't,
Yeah.
it's just not there. And I'm just shocked at how many people sleep next to their phones,
Yeah.
and they're on, and the research on the blue screen and what it does for your sleep habits and all that. So that
Yeah.
if you want just a simple thing to
That,
make your life
yeah.
better, just charge your phone in a room different than the one you sleep in.
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Randy.
All right. Thanks for bringing me in, Shannon.
If today's episode sparked something for you, a question, an idea, or a realization, don't ignore it. I offer promotion strategy calls where we walk through your current role, your goals, and how to position you for your next promotion or raise without burning out or overworking. You can book that call using the link in the description. And if this episode helped you, sharing it or leaving a quick review makes a bigger difference than you know. Until next time, keep showing your value clearly. You've earned it.